Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The Missouri head coach told me before the game, this is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go, but he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. Coming out with it, it's Jenkins. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Russell. Incomplete. That one batted away at the line of scrimmage.
Listen, you can't make every play. You can't cover everybody. But it's really nice when you get the bonus of swatting the ball down and making sure that quarterback doesn't get a completion and doesn't get a big play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw. It's Russell. This time he's got it. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback keeps it. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Got it, looking for a first. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
Man, how nice is it to have that kind of a weapon? On 3rd down, I can throw it short of the sticks, and the big fella can catch the football, break a tackle, get upfield, be big and strong, and convert that 3rd down.
Throwing Russell. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. You can grab, but you can't hold on. The defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Might be changing the route. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Shoots it to the left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on third down. Maybe a crease. Attack! Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles. That was really the thing. His contact balance and his ability to somehow stay on his feet on those outside zone plays were huge for Missouri's offense a year ago, and they're going to be looking to do that again. You better pack a lunch on defense every single time you're playing this guy. No question, we're expecting big things from him this season.
Can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Powers through the defender. Let's talk about Alabama. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
They'll run the screen. Smashes through the tackle. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keelan Russell. Got his man.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Maybe some room here. The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it out. It's Jenkins. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go, ready. Go.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Working that left side now. Ripping through the defense. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And the defensive coordinator is irate on the sideline. 3rd and long, it's a short throw. You've got to be able to rally, make a tackle, and force the punter onto the field. They let him get loose, break some tackles, and with the first, the offense stays on the field.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Russell. Moving out to the right. He'll pull it down and run. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Got his man.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Hands it off on the counter. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. At the 20, he's got space. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And man, that is exactly what you want to do. When the quarterback runs the football, you want to be physical. You want him to feel you. You want to make sure you land on top of him, hit him hard. This defense, very physical. Get the football out, force the fumble, get the big play for the D.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Rides to the back. Runs through the tackle. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Missouri wants to go fast. Here's a give to Hardy. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
If finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Simmons. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. This quarterback part of their running game. Worked his way out across the 35, got it up to the 37-yard line, but still a little bit short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back has it. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, ready. Go.
Throwing Russell. Flips it out on the screen. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield, and he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Making side adjustments here. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Leaves it with the back. Might have a chance. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown tie! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
bringing it out. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll take this opportunity to talk things over on the sideline. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Austin Simmons, the play fake. Rushes on him. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Throwing Simmons. Fires to the right. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw at Simmons. Flips it out in the flat. Got maybe a yard, third down and 9 coming.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. Firing to the right, complete. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Simmons to the air again. Unloads to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
So now it's second and long. Here's Simmons to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Simmons. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's open things up with Louisiana Tech taking on the Arkansas State Red Wolves.
Finally pushed out of bounds at the 45, and what good field position after that return.
And it's Louisiana Tech able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings.
Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. The give to Hardy. Makes it past the marker. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. And the Tigers in the hurry-up.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player.
It's a fumble. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
A run for the quarterback, and he'll be brought down.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Right back to the well. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Keelan Russell. It's complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46?
Ready. Hey, take it. 492 waggle. 492 waggle. Go.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down.
Ready. 129, 1, 2, go.
Russell. Right on the money.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in 3rd and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on 3rd down.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. It's on target and complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They want to run this quarterback. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Touchdown, BAMA! Quick strike through the air for the score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. will open from the 15. Throwing Simmons. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice.